welcome to the crash bar installation video from AliExpress or any other website where you can buy this one with the bar between. This set is a no-cut set, so your fairings are going to be fine. The kit comes with two, one right side, one left side pieces, and I'm going to show you how it works. This spacer needs to go here. The bar goes in between, so if we use the ring, this one, and we screw this one on, and we do the same on the other side, through the bottom holes, then you kind of get an idea of how it's happening. This is the big frame bolt on the right. Yes, if you stand in front of the motorcycle, the right side, it goes through like this, and a spacer here as well. Then you have your crash bar. You have this piece. This one goes on top. Drop the ring in it, and then the bolt. And you can screw it into the nut here with the Allen key. Same on the other side. Put it on like this, screw it in, and you kind of have your set. Now this one needs to be installed like this, and I'm gonna remove the fairings from the bike now and show you how it's supposed to be mounted to the bike. Tools for the job: hammer, ratchet, screwdriver, a big one, small cross screwdriver, Loctite if you want it, 17, 14, and a 12mm, and almost every hexagon from a full set. Now a word of advice: if you take out this engine bolt, and there's another one on this side, right here, please do not remove them at the same time. If you do, the engine will drop and you won't be able to get the bolts back in. So for this side you need to remove the 14. Now with these bolts, get a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided. If you take these, many sided, these have more grip, and when you put the bolt on it, support it here and put it on tension. Never go full strength because you'll strip the bolt, so keep it on tension, it will break loose. And then you can just go easy. Alright, so the kit came with a new bolt. It is way longer. First of all, let's check if it even wants to go in. Looks to be the same threads, but you can see why it's longer is because the spacer. If you take this bolt, it nearly comes the same size. I don't really trust the AliExpress bolts. I think the originals are way stronger, but the spacer is why there is another added length. So for this crash protector on the right side, the spacer goes on the outside for some reason. So it actually goes behind this one onto the frame, so it's kind of hard to wiggle it in. Probably remove this one. To make it easier, you slide it in between. If you look at the item, there needs to be the spacer in between. So you have the spacer, then you have your kit, and then you have the bolts. Alright, that's mounted. I'm not going to fully tighten it, but then you have your crash protector, which goes like so. If it goes tight, it's because there is paint, as long as the first couple of threads are straight in. Sometimes go back, sometimes go forward. You can tighten this one as tight as you want. Okay, then there is the bar, and the bar fits straight through here. So there's a cable here, gotta watch out for that. You can slide it through and then pull it back so the cables don't get caught up. You get your hexagon, put it in. If you sit on top of the bike, the left side of the bike, you have the big spacer in between. You have the frame bracket, then you have the big bolt, and make sure to add the washer between them. Then you can reinstall this later. It's going to be a pain in the ass because the cable is a bit solid. Then you put your crash bar on it, which is the hexagon, and then you use this bolt for the big pipe that goes all the way to the other side. And what this pipe does, it makes sure that if you go down on one of the sides, the the damage will be transferred to the other side, so it's not like a weak link here. On this side of the frame we need to loosen this lock nut first, and then we can use the hexagon key to turn out this bolt. There's a big washer here. We're gonna remove that washer, and we're gonna use the thickness of the bracket and the smaller washer to be the same as this distance. So the bracket is gonna be at the back and the washer is gonna be in between them, so the everything is snug and nice. So let's do that. Just needs to be loose, there's no tension holding it. Now we can try, I don't know if it's gonna work, with either of these hexagons to try it. Okay, so it turns, but there's a lock nut on the other side, which we need to counter. Right, so if you take the original spacer and we take the height, it's the same the same size. So we're gonna remove this one, the old one, and we're gonna add this one behind and in between, and then put the bolt back, which might be a little bit hard to do. It shouldn't be impossible. Actually, that's quite easy. I'll show you what I did. Here's the bracket. There is the spacer with the bracket. Here's the bolt. I thought there was threads in the block, but there's just a lock nut holding this. So what you can do is get a hammer and gently tap it in. You can see it move, and then the lock nut here, if you tighten that one with the hexagon, it's going to be fine. The bracket, make sure it's flush to the frame, and then just add your slider and add the rail to it. So how it's all from both sides connected. Spacer, frame goes behind the frame on this side. There is your normal, you don't replace this, you reuse this, and then you tighten this one. This one is for the frame tube, which goes behind. And here's your crash protector, which you just thread on. Then on the other side, big spacer, washer, the replacement nut, your frame. This frame actually does go in front of the frame. Then you have your slider, you have the other nut from the rail, and then you put your fairings back on, and that should be it. Make sure you tighten everything as tight as you want it to be, or according to spec. I kinda do it by feel. Right, the moment of truth. I guess you just move the fairing through it and then line it up with the holes here, which we've created. This is the end result. Solid. There's the bar. All the fairings are back mounted on it. Same on the other side. It's just a solid piece. Right. Hope it helped.